You should go over loadouts. Did you ever go over your loadout?
No, but it's actually...
Is it covered in swamp?
No, it's not covered in swamp, but it's buried in my car somewhere.
Buried in, it's covered in crap?
No, it's actually clean. I washed it when I got home. First thing I did was
I hope so, dude.
Got hosed off when I got home. We went to the
swamps don't smell good, dude. It's
actually,
not just mud, it's like rotten mud.
Well, this wasn't didn't smell bad, surprisingly.
A lot of things die in swamps, you know?
Yeah, I know. I could have been one of them. I'm in there, I'm like, Raph, can you just tell them not to shoot me while I try to take my ass out?
I went through basic training in Georgia, man. Swamps are not fun.
No, but
it
was fun. It was funny as hell.
Please tell me it's recording.
Oh, it is.
That's the opening. That's the opening. Hey everybody, Patrick here with Rap4. It's May 12th, 2014, and this is Monday Night Paintball. Behind the camera is my buddy Jason Fertig, and we're going to banter back and forth as we go over paintball news worldwide. We actually have a ton of content today. It's going to be a long episode. We got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about. So first thing I want to do is get the normal formalities out of the way. Today's marker of the week. Unbelievable job by Bear Burbank. It looks like he took a, I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but a Tavor? I think it's Tavor. It's an Israeli bullpup rifle. And it looks like he took an airsoft version of it, gutted it completely, and put an MKV in it with a Scarab Mag mod on it. And it's got the ASA coming out the back there.
Really cool mod. Looks like you did a really nice job taking what we're assuming is an airsoft shell. If we're wrong, let us know. Seen a couple people do similar bullpup mods, but nothing that's actually been this clean and this complete. This one looks like it's actually completely there, all ready to go. And is that what type of mags you have in there too? It looks like
it's a Scarab Mag. Yeah. He says that all the original parts work: the mag well, the mag release, the select fire switch, and the iron sights. So it looks like that mag release is right here in front of the magazine. That is not how MKVs release magazines, so that must have taken some special modding in there. Awesome work, Bear. If we could get a video of all of that, of the mag well, the mag release, and the select fire switch working, we would love to see it, because this is an intensely good job of modding. Very rare when we see this. I think, was it last week, the guy had made a bullpup out of MKP, or it was an MK7. This rivals that, definitely. Very, very cool work.
Yeah, definitely a nice job. Look forward to seeing it out in the field and try to get some videos or photos of it in action. We'd love to see that.
Love seeing all these customs from you guys, by the way. Very cool. And we want to also give credit to Ken Pazdzior Jr. Sorry, Ken. I'm sorry. P-A-Z-D-Z-I-O-R. I'm lost on that one. But don't worry, I have a weird last name too.
I still can't pronounce it.
Nope, nobody can pronounce my last name either. It's cool. Anyway, awesome job on this 468. He's got the Troy handguard on there. Looks like he uses I don't know what brand flashlight that is, but he's got a flashlight and a laser combo on the front with a vertical grip. He's using a Blade holographic sight, Magpul irons, a 13CI Aaron stock system, Magpul pistol grip, and he's using D-mags using the T68 mag coupler. So very, very good work. Thanks for sharing your photo. And for loadout of the week, this goes to George Godfather Rodriguez. Looks like these look to be like 40mm grenades, but they must have something else in there because his marker doesn't have a 203 on it.
Could be a pistol mags. A lot of times you see players using pistol magazine. Those the M203 pouches for pistol mags.
It's true.
Fits them pretty nice. Definitely a nice loadout. Getting out there in the snow. Don't know if you got out there and played in it, but definitely, it's always a fun experience playing in the snow.
Digging the contractor look. I think I saw a few of those guys overseas look just like this.
Yeah.
Very cool. And this week's field of the week is going to be Blitz Paintball. This is in Dacono, Colorado. And I picked this one because of the pictures that they have on their website. Looks really cool. They've got a castle built out of Connex boxes here, out of shipping containers. They even have some shells of some dead helicopters here. So, very cool. Awesome field. One of these pictures really stood out. This right here. Wouldn't you guys like to play there? That looks great.
That actually looks like an amazing castle.
Right? Super cool. And somewhat clean. That must have been kind of new when they used it, because I don't see any. Usually see around entranceways where people take cover, it's just coated with paint on the sides, so this must have been
a build photo while they were finishing up the build.
Yeah, it must have been. But very cool. If you guys are in Colorado, you should check out Blitz Paintball. They were also rated really high on PB Nation. Moving on to events and calendar order, our official team, ODSC, is having MagFed only game 12 at SC Village this upcoming weekend on May 18th. That's a Sunday. For those of you who aren't familiar, ODSC stands for Operational Detachment Southern California. They're our official team down there in SoCal. They play a game every month at SC Village. It's MagFed only. They do have 10 loaner markers for those of you who want to give MagFed a try, but you have a hopper gun, they'll trade you your hopper marker for their MagFed marker, their MKVs with D-Mags. You get a taste of MagFed. It's a totally different game. It's not like any paintball game you've ever played before. And this month, they want to make this one a big one. They're going to have a raffle. They want to have a lot of support out there, get as many players as they can out there because this is the 12th one. So technically the 13th would be the anniversary, but they want to make number 12 be the celebration. So I'm going to go down there to film. We're going to have a lot of support down there. It's going to be an awesome game. If you're in Southern California, don't miss it. On the same day, in a different part of the country, this one is going to be in New Jersey, is Cell Team 6-3. This is the third iteration of this scenario. One of our sponsor teams, Undertaker's Paintball, gave us some footage from the last two. Their props that they have out there are extremely in-depth. They have some bombs that have to be diffused a certain way. They've really taken the time to make this an awesome scenario. People loved the first two, and this will be the third one. So if you are near Pemberton, New Jersey, and you want to get in on some milsim action, don't miss Cell Team 6-3. The following weekend, Fertig is going to be in Nicholas, California at War on the Range.
Alright guys, so I'm really looking forward to this. This is the third event put on by Lockdown Scenarios. It's a great group of guys. They've been putting on, the last two were Once Upon a Grim and then Red Dawn, which actually Patrick was able to attend and do photos of, photo and video from. Definitely a great event. If you guys are in the Central and Northern California area or even SoCal and want to make the drive, because I know some people are, definitely worth the event. Definitely worth getting up to the event. It's at a field called Shooters All Seasons, and it's just an awesome woods ball field. Great getting out there. We're going to bring up some loaner markers for those of you who want to try MagFed. I'll actually be out in the field shooting. If you want to go against me, go for yellow team. If you want to shoot with me, red team. Preferably you guys shoot with me, not against me. But definitely going to be a good event. I'm really looking forward to it. Cost-wise, you can't beat it. If you get pre-reg in, which ends this Friday evening. You guys make sure you get your registration in by Friday before the price goes up. Right now, it costs about $100 for entry, paint, and air. After that, it goes to a walk-on fee. I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely worth getting your registration in early. We'll be out there. We'll be having fun. The booth will be set up in a limited form. We're not going to have a lot of stuff to sell. But if you guys want something brought up to you at the event, just simply place an order, put as the shipping method, request a quote, and in the comments, just write "please bring to War on the Range," and we'll get it brought up to you right then and there. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait to get out there and start shooting some more.
The last Lockdown Scenario game that I went to was awesome. Like Fertig said, I went there to take pictures. Yeah, I've never seen a group of guys that were more just out there just to have fun. They're competitive, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the game, no matter what happened, just a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles. These guys were having a great time. Fertig's out there totally in his element. His team was out there, Rejects Paintball, having a great time. There was a couple of other teams out there. What was that team that was like dressed like clowns or something?
There was a Psycho Clown Posse, had a
Psycho Clown Posse.
It's always entertaining. There's going to be folks up there from down in SoCal and all over the Northern California area.
Wasn't there a dude out there wearing a bathrobe or something too?
There was a guy wearing a bathrobe, and I'm pretty sure I saw him back up at Super Game when I was up there. I'm pretty sure it was him because I ran into some of my friends from the Lockdown Scenarios there.
If I remember, it was a maroon colored bathrobe.
Correct.
Should just call him Hef, right?
Pretty much.
Very cool. Anyways, don't miss this, guys. If you're in Northern California, it's going to be awesome. But do consult your map before you go out there because the exit there in Nicholas, California is a little tricky.
I drove past it twice in the box truck, so it was very entertaining turning around on a country road in a giant box truck.
Yeah, it's interesting. I ran, I thought I exited in the right spot, and I ended up to a place where there was a bunch of, I'm not really into hunting, but there was a bunch of dudes in orange vests with dogs and breech-loading shotguns over their arms, and they were walking around looking at me like I was out of place, because I was. So consult your map, paintball players, before you go out there. And last but certainly not least is going to be the Siege of Bastogne at D-Day 2014. Last year was the first time we had this game. It's a MagFed only game that's part of D-Day. So D-Day is the biggest paintball game in the world. Is it still the biggest paintball game?
I believe it still is one of the biggest, if not the biggest.
Very cool. So they have throughout, it's like an entire week of paintball battles, and they have different, different games at different times. It's not just necessarily like raging the whole time. They'll have starts and finishes of different battles, and this one is the mag-fed only portion. Last year we made an awesome video out of it. It was really cool action. It was domination, right? Yeah, it was domination. There were different flags where you had to flip over, who owned that flag, and then timers would go off to score points. Very cool. Not exactly sure how it's going to be this year. I hope it's the same. That domination was a cool setup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there for D-Day this year. I'll be one of our reps at our store, so be sure to stop by. We're going to bring out all kinds of goodies. We'll have DMRs, 468s, we'll have MKPs out there all ready to go.
And Fertig, you just got back from Super Game 47. How was that?
Super Game was actually really cool. A lot of fun out there. A lot of time spent with the players, working on different things. Got out there with one of our newest teams, which is ODWS. You guys will see some interview videos and stuff from them. As soon as Patrick gets a little bit of free time to edit all the massive amounts of footage I send him between gun cams, helmet cams, and interview videos.
Tons of mag-fed goodness right there.
Yeah. Had an absolute blast though. Lots of people stopped by the booth. For everybody that stopped by the booth, thank you. It was great running into you guys. For those of you I ran into in the field, it was a blast out there shooting with you guys. Some of those firefights were absolutely epic. I just want to know where all my backup went when I was by the castle and ended up being the last guy there. It was very entertaining seeing the wall of people come at me when I was by myself.
What's going on in this picture? You seem to be soiled.
Yeah, you could say that. I was creeping through the woods, doing my little creeping up on the other team, trying to get into a firefight from the side. Learned the hard way why the swamp is called the swamp. I literally took one step from solid ground and went waist deep into the mud. The ground looked solid, and basically, as you can see from the picture, it was a little bit wet. That's actually AtPat I was wearing.
To say one thing that's really a cool illustration in this picture is how AtPat blends in with all terrains, including swamp. Do you see how AtPat conforms to the perfect color scheme of swamp? You couldn't get a more perfect camouflage than that if you're trying to blend in a swamp terrain, all right?
No, definitely couldn't find a better one to blend in than actually getting in the swamp.
Yeah, no.
It was definitely a fun event. They did a mag-fed portion that I participated in. It was an absolute blast. That was a section in the swamp, so of course that's when I happened to fall in the swamp. Had an absolute great time. Got my shoe stuck. Had to use my butt stock to dig it out. Just an absolute blast. If you guys get a chance to go up to Super Game, I highly recommend it. I'll be pushing my team, as Patrick mentioned, Reject Paintball, to get up there for the next one. Huge event, tons of paint flying. I played in one of the final battles. Unfortunately, didn't get any footage because all my batteries died. But there was at least a case of paint in the air every second. There was so much paint flying, and that's. I wish I could say I was exaggerating, but I really don't think it was. Just an absolute blast, though. And watch out when you're in the swamp.
Yeah, look out for the swamp, everybody.
It's a nasty little surprise.
So if you were featured in an interview or an action video, stay tuned. Those will be coming out shortly. All right, moving on to new products to the catalog. First up, we have the DMR, now for sale.
Yeah, so this is the DMR. This is the current basic version of it that we're selling. It features our brand new 12-inch Riz handguard. It also has a shaped projectile barrel on it, so it's designed for our shaped projectiles and to shoot first strikes. I loaned out one to ODWS at Super Game. They had an absolute blast, said it shot great. I personally shot it on a DMR here at the shop testing it. And for first strikes and other shaped projectiles, it's an awesome barrel. It's dead on. As far as what you can see right here, it's a very simple setup for your DMR. It's got the new trigger grip on it. So this is the DMR custom trigger grip. That's also going to be available in a catalog for both the semi-automatic 468 as well as the T68. Now, it's important when you guys place your orders that you order for the specific version you're looking for. The reason for that is there's slightly different versions for each marker just because of the different styling. But it's definitely a nice setup. Can't wait to run it. I'll be probably shooting one of these up at War on the Range, so get a little bit of the bolt action shooting in, and looking forward to getting out there with one.
Very cool. Yeah, these DMRs created a lot of interest in the paintball market as far as a bolt action, highly accurate platform. If you are a sniper out there on the battlefield, you should check one of these out because this is the marker for you. And like Fertig mentioned, the trigger grips are on sale separately. Be sure to order the one, like he said, order the correct one for your marker, whether you have a DMR, a 468, or a T68. These will be different mechanically depending on that, so be sure to order the correct one for the marker that you need. And also new to the catalog are the Shaped Projectile Solid and a cool new packaging. Isn't that awesome?
So these are another product designed to let you test your marker, so cycle counting, sighting your scopes, all that kind of stuff. That's what it's meant for. Now the bag on these, we made it so it's definitely usable for you guys. It's a resealable bag, just so you can actually keep using it. These are designed to function just like first strikes or other shaped projectile rounds. This way you can get some actual practice in the backyard without running through the 40-cent rounds every time you want to shoot. You can recollect and reuse them basically.
These are not for shooting at people. All right, so we put on the packaging, do not shoot at a person or animal. These are very hard. They're slightly rubberized, so they're a little bit flexible. That's just to, when they hit the target or whatever you're testing your marker at shooting, that they'll survive it, so you can pick them up and use them again. But these are not to be used in a game. These are not to be shot at anything that has a heartbeat. So very important that these are only for testing purposes. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. We've been using them a lot in the shop to get cycle tests done with different markers and just test everything out and make sure everything's functioning. So.
And they're totally reusable. You buy one bag, you won't need to buy any more. Just pick these up, clean them off, put them back in your magazines, and use them again. Also, this week we have a prototype Helix mag to show you. This one's clear. At this time we're not looking to make clear ones production-wise, but this is just for our R&D that we wanted to be seeing what's going on internally. But this is the size and shape of the Helix mag, which will be out shortly.
Yeah, so we're still not giving you a good date, guys. Sorry. You're going to yell at me and Patrick and I about that, I'm sure. But at this point in time, we're still not giving a date, but we are definitely moving forward on the production. We just wanted to show you that we are in the finalizing of the testing of the product.
Yes.
So definitely keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, and everything like that. And we'll release when we're actually going to have them out on the market, and hopefully soon we'll have up some test videos of it.
Very soon, very soon. And like I mentioned in an earlier episode, Rep 4, we like to include you guys in our R&D process. We like to talk to you about plans that we have and the different features we want these products to have. We like to give you updates throughout the process of getting this product to you. These processes are longer than most people expect. So as we give you more information, as soon as we have a solid release date, we'll let you know. But up until then, we're just kind of including you guys in the process. This episode as well, I brought in some toys for show and tell. As many of you know, I'm big into real steel. I picked up that hobby in the United States Army, and it's still with me today. I would argue that today I'm a better shooter than I ever was during my enlistment. But seeing all you guys custom work on the markers, I wanted to bring in some of my custom work, and I'm going to be transferring it from my AR-15 to this PTR upper. But anyway, I'm going to show you the entire family. This is the 1911. I painted the frame dark earth. This is the Duracoat that I actually got off the Rep 4 catalog, so that's for sale if you guys are looking to get that color. That's that Magpul color. Dark earth, I got Packmare grips. I painted the part that was wood grain. I painted that dark tan. Got extended magazines. Actually, Finch was at a gun show once and he asked if I wanted anything, and I had him pick me up some extended 10 rounders. Thanks, Finch. And I got the cool compensator on the front. That one's a drop-in kit. So you take out the original bushing and you put that one in. I have tested it back and forth, and the compensator I feel does add a significant reduction in recoil. So for those of you rocking 1911s, you should look into it because it does help me stay on target, even if it's not that much. Every little bit counts. Here we have the 12 gauge. The Magpul accessories. I got the grip and the buttstock on here. Up here on one side of the grip, I have a special shell holder that I made out of one that's designed to clip onto your belt. And this right here holds 2 shells like this. And that's my reload. So if I'm out, or if I'm having an emergency, when I rock it back, I can grab its shell, put it down into the breech, put it forward, and get back on target. So this one's pretty cool. This one's pretty standard actually, other than the this is a 10-round tube total. So this extension here, I think this is like a 6 or 7 round extension, and this was a 4 or 3 that came with it. So I got 10 rounds total. Got to be California legal. and I just like the aggressive look of it. And last but not least is the AR. This is an AR-15. This actually has some sentimental value for me. I had a friend, one of my best friends growing up, who died in a car accident about 3 years ago, and his mother gave his AR-15 to me. I didn't own one at the time, actually. This was after I got out of the military. And his mother gave it to me. Since then, I've done my best to make it the coolest AR ever. This one, start from the muzzle. I just have a standard flash hider on it. This flashlight, this is made by Pentagon Light. I was issued this in the US Army, so I kept it when I got out. It was beat up, so I salvaged it, and I mounted it directly to my Viltor CAS-V handguard. Down here I have Magpul rail covers and hand stops. I use Yankee Hill Manufacturing iron sights on the front and the back, the flip ups. Let's see what else I got. It's kind of a cool setup right here as far as my flashlight and laser setup. The way I grip my rifle is with the thumb over the bore like this. So when I put the pressure switch for the flashlight right here on the top, so it's right where my thumb is anyway, and then the pressure switch for my laser is right next to it. So basically I can do flashlight, laser, or if I want to get fancy I can do both. So that's kind of cool because all I have to do is just wiggle my thumb and I'm right on there. There's nothing faster than having your finger already on the button. This EOTech, also I bought this before I deployed to Iraq. This one survived 15 months in Baghdad. Also on the system I have a Ready Mag. So this has 2 magazine wells basically. This is the second magazine well that stacks next to the one that's on the rifle. That way you have 2 magazines on here. You press the mag release once, both magazines drop. And then you just scoot one over into the magazine well. That's basically the fastest reload you could have, and speed and efficiency are key in a gunfight. Also the fact that I have 2 magazines loaded on board on this rifle means that I can grab this rifle and go without putting on a vest or a belt or anything, and I have 2 magazines ready to go on it. That's just part of the mentality behind when you see shotguns with side saddles with tons of rounds all over the shotgun and the sling and everything like that, is because you can just grab the shotgun and it's a gun and a kit. All in one. So it's one inclusive unit. That's very important. And then I got the pistol grip, the Magpul pistol grip and buttstock. I got both of these off the RAP4 catalog with my handy dandy employee discount. Forgot the ASAP plate here. The ambidextrous safety. So you can take it off safe on this side. And then what I like to do is take my finger up here and put it back on safe on the other side. Reaching for the safety can be kind of a pain. Try to get it back with your thumb. So I found it a lot easier just to do that. And I have the bad lever here so that I can lock the bolt to the rear during malfunctions. So those of you who have this on your ARs know that this little baby right here, this bad lever, and there's other companies that make it too, but I think Magpul has the cheapest one, is a godsend, an absolute godsend. Probably the #1 upgrade on this entire rifle is moving this bolt catch down and around near the trigger guard so I don't have to break my hand off the pistol grip to go into reload or malfunction procedures. So very cool. Next week, something to look forward to. I'm going to be taking this 468 PTR upper and lower and outfitting it with all of the accessories I just showed you. I want to show you guys how precise the PTR is to the real thing. So next week we'll have some side-by-side photos, side-by-side video showing you how I can take everything off this gun, with the exception of the Ready Mag, and put it right onto this PTR. Coming your way this week as far as media goes, we got those super game videos. I think there's gonna be quite a few, so those will be trickling out in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna be putting out some new videos on the DMR's operation in kind of a user manual format, so those of you who are about to get your hands on one of those, just check back for that. And last but certainly not least is the Ambassador Program. We are debuting this today. We're gonna give you guys information on it right now. Go Fertig, go.
Alright, so the Ambassador Program, as you guys have heard and what we've been hinting at, is an incentive program for you to get 10 of your buddies to come out to Operation End War with you. Basically what it's going to do is it's going to get you a free entry to the event. On top of that, we're going to get you a free special edition End War shirt, so basically our event shirt that we'll be selling at the event. You'll get one of those. We're going to go ahead and give you both Operation End War team patches. So we've been releasing red and blue team patches each year. End War 4, Patrick had a really cool design for him, and I'm looking forward to see what he comes out with this time.
Well, thank you.
We're also going to be giving you guys a $50 gift card to the RAP4 website, so basically it'll open up a $50 basically buying spree for you guys from our website. Also, there's one final perk that I think everybody's going to like. what we're going to do is go ahead and give you 1 pack of Helix or 1 Hydra Mag. Now this will be upon the release of them, so they might not be available at Operation End War, but as soon as they become live, we'll be able to get those out to you right away and get you taken care of. So you did hear that right. A pack of Helix Mags or a Hydra Mag.
A pack being 5, right?
Yeah, a pack of 5 Helix Mags.
5 Helix Mags or 1 Hydra Mag. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is a Hydra Mag.
And earlier in the show, Patrick showed off one of our prototypes.
This is a clear prototype Helix Mag.
So basically, a pack of 5 of those Helix Mags that Patrick's holding, or 1 of those Hydra Mags when we release them, and that's all part of the Ambassador
And
program.
free entry.
And free entry, as well as a shirt and patches.
How much is entry?
Entry is $50. Now, what do you need to do to actually become the ambassador for Operation End War? Well, that's actually surprisingly simple. What you need to do is basically get 10 players to register under your ambassador code.
10. 1-0.
10 players. That does not include yourself.
No. That would be 11 plus you.
So, what basically you have to do is you'll pay for your pre-registration. After we have 10 registrations under your ambassador code, we will refund your registration, put it back to your account, and you'll be all set.
How are they going to get those under their registration?
Now, how you're going to get those is actually when we release our brand new Operation End War website, which I've been working on from time to time when I have a spare moment.
It's operationendwar.com, right?
Yeah. The current one that you're going to see if you go there right now, not quite up to par.
Under construction, mind you.
Okay. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to shoot me an email at info@operationendwar.com and ask me for your ambassador code. Now, when you do that, what I'll do is I'll email you back a code, and what you need to do is give that to your 10 buddies who are going to register for the event.
10
buddies, keep that in mind. And then what you'll do is when they register, they will type in your ambassador code into the comments of their order when they put their registration in. After that, we'll receive a report on who's registered. Once the registrations are in and we verify everything, you'll be all set and ready to go. Now, there are some rules and stipulations and all kinds of that stuff. One of them is that you have to everybody has to be registered by September 5th, which is 1 month prior to the event. This is, like I said, this is an incentive for you to get more of your buddies out to the event and get everything taken care of. The earlier we get the registration in, the better we can account for how many players we're going to have, and the better we can make the event. So basically, there'll be a full list available of ambassador codes for people that are going to be set up. And then, like I said, just shoot me an email at info@operationendwar.com, ask for your ambassador code, and we'll get you all set up for that.
So if you can think of 10 friends that would love to put a hurting on the other team at Operation End War 5, be sure to have them put your ambassador code in with their registration so we can reward you. All right, Fertig, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Just getting ready for a lot of events coming up and getting ready to do some traveling.
Very busy around here. Tons of cool stuff in the works. Can't wait to get it out to you. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember that Monday Night Paintball is your show. We make it from the content generated from our Facebook page, and if there's anything you'd like to see next week's episode, just email us at mondaynight@rap4.com. Looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you out there.
It was funny when I fell in though, dude. I was literally walking and went, took a step and just went.
Might as well have been quicksand, right?
It was basically quicksand because I went from completely solid ground to completely waist deep in the mud. First thing I do is as I'm falling, I throw my gun behind me under the ground.
Smart. Good man.
Throw my gun behind me and I'm sitting there, I'm like...
That's a soldier right there. That's a soldier right there. You ever see those pictures of like soldiers like going through a river with their rifle above their head and their head's below the water, but they got to keep their rifle dry? That's a soldier right there.
No, it was I don't feel like having to justify that I lost 468 in a swamp.